In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine reminder and warner that's in our midst. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Jock Brothers Presents. Let us make man. A show of brothers that desires nothing more than to show you give you a positive image as to what a striving man of God should be. For we all are family men who love our children. We all are businessmen. We all are youth mentors. And we all work hard in our communities to make it a decent and safe place to live. When putting this podcast together, we decided to govern our actions by 3 rules. 1 was to put God first in all that we do. 2 was to present content to podcasts that can make you a better you. And 3, to showcase brotherhood and unity amongst men that you can be proud of. My name is Brother Kawi Muhammad. I'll be your host and moderator for tonight. I'm a brother very interested in the root of things, the beginning of things, motivations and inspirations. And I pray that they shall deliver just that today. Now, our other host, Brother Jackie, sends you the greetings. He will not be on the show tonight, but he wished Jock Nation the best. And of course, we do have our other host on the show, brother that is well traveled. He's the producer of the show, brother born and raised out of New York City. This brother is absolutely a moving shaker. And if you have an organization that you're trying to get off the ground, that's the right brother you should call. I'm talking about my brother, Ahmed Bia.
Thank you. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us tonight on this show. This is a special night. It's not only a night that we're going to deal with fitness and your goals and taking care of your body, but it's also my birth anniversary. So it's a day that we're getting ready to start the new year for myself. So I definitely want to start it with fitness and getting my body right. And I thank you. I thank our hosts, our guest hosts for coming on. They're going to inspire us and fire us up, get us motivated and start off our new year and keep our New Year's resolutions and our workout on point. My name is Brother Ahmed. We are the Jock Brothers. You can view us Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. You can see most of our posts and some of our shows, our past and previous shows you can view on Instagram at Jock Brothers and YouTube at Jock Brothers, Facebook at Jock Brothers. Our website is www.jockbrothers.com. You can also view some of our previous videos at www.jockbrothers.com. You can also support our initiatives by going to our Cash App, which is $Jock Bros, $Jock Bros. Send a donation, help us get this word out, get this truth out, and inspire viewers all over the world. We also have a prison initiative where we're helping brothers and sisters that are incarcerated get the word, the final call, the baddest, boldest, Black-owned newspaper that we have here today. We're striving to get this paper behind prison walls to our brothers and sisters while they're going through their process in the institution, wherever they are. If you have any information, any family members, friends, where you want to help us to get this information to them, please contact us at jockbrothersviewers@gmail.com, jockbrothersviewers@gmail.com. Send any information that you would like us or that you can send where we can contact these individuals. Thank you. Back to you, Brother Kawi.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you there, Brother Ahmed. And with no further ado, let's get to the show. I want to first introduce you to this young lady right here. I had a chance to read a bio and actually enjoyed reading a bio. This is, without a doubt, an extraordinary person, to say the least. First of all, she's an Atlanta native.
Snake.
and Georgia State University. This sister here was a flight attendant for 10 years. And she openly admits that despite her bubbly personality, that she deals with mental issues stemming from bullying, low self-esteem. She had 3 miscarriages and toxic relationships. However, this sister here is the fighter based on her accomplishments since then that she appears to be. She is the truth. But this sister has, she discovered cycling. And according to her bio, cycling was a real game changer for her in her life. She has since started 2 businesses, one an apparel business, but another, she started a business that's called Fly Girl Fitness. She started that in 2016. Fly is an acronym that means first, love yourself. She actually uses fitness to build herself up and to build others up. She works with senior citizens and try to keep senior citizens healthy and happy, but she has a wealth of knowledge all around in fitness. With no further ado, I want to introduce this extraordinary lady to you. Her name is Khalima. Khalima Williams, better known as Coach K.
Coach K.
Yes.
Thank you, Khalima.
It's actually Camilla, like vanilla.
Camilla, my apologies, sister.
But chocolate. Yes.
Do you have any opening words?
Oh, well, thank you so much for that awesome intro. It's great to know that you enjoy, reading my bio, and it's just it reminds me of how much I am glad that my life can be used as a testimony. I just thank you guys for having me here tonight. I love what I do. I live this 7 days a week. I'm very passionate about it. And I consider myself more than just a personal trainer. I'm definitely a lifestyle coach. And my ultimate goal is to just help everyone feel better from the inside out and break those bad habits and create necessary habits to live a long, good quality life. So I look forward to speaking with you guys this evening. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Coach K, I'm glad you're on because I'm glad you work with senior citizens. I'm looking forward to checking out your program.
Well, my most senior client is 102 years old, so you still got a ways to go.
don't let the looks confuse you. I'm up there. Go ahead, Coley.
All right, yes, sir. And of course, I'm more than happy to introduce this brother to me. We are both realtors. I see the brother all the time. This brother has a smile. I think he bargained with God to get. This brother smiles super big all the time. I love that energy. This brother's born and raised in Lansing, Michigan. This brother has a bachelor in business and a master's in business administration. This brother has, according to his bio, 3 great passions from what I get. The first of his passions is he took an interest in higher education management. I'm looking forward to what that means, but he loved it. And if he loved it, I love it. His number 2 passion is he has a street outreach program called Street Credit, which he deals with youth. And his focus is teaching them financial literacy. Big time need for the youth, brother. I appreciate you for that. And of course, number 3, this brother owns Game Fitness Studios, an indoor cycling fitness studio. But no further ado, my brother, Khalil Abdul Aziz.
Sir.
All praises are due to Allah. Thank you so much for that introduction, man. I almost got excited. But yes, sir. Thank you. I'm honored to that you guys reached out and invited me on the show. I've been watching you brothers, and you guys are doing a mighty work. And I am looking forward to talking about what we love to do. It's a labor of love, and we love to be able to be a part of people's growth and development. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
Praise be to the Lord. So let's get to work. Let's get to work, family. I want to start with sister first. You actually use fitness, like you say, to change people's lives. Tell us a little bit about what got you, your story and what got you into fitness in the first place.
Okay. Well, you mentioned that I was a flight attendant for 10 years. And during that time, I developed very, I would say, unhealthy habits, traveling all the time, fast food, just on the go, eating fast, standing up, drinking a lot, just all different types of stuff that was just horrible. I was a lot younger in my 20s and just flying around the world and not focused on my health and my body. And as years went by, I noticed I started gaining weight. I always have been kind of slender, so I wasn't really concerned about that. But as I got older, I started gaining weight and just having different health issues and just feeling very sluggish. And emotionally, more than anything, I was just in a very bad place. And I started to realize a lot of that had to do with my habits, what I was consuming, the lack of activity, things like that. And so exercise for me was not fun. When people would say exercise, I would just be like, I always would do little things, maybe go to the gym, taking selfies and, getting on the treadmill for 30 minutes and stuff like that. But nothing was like drawing me and made it just fun until I discovered cycling. And once I discovered cycling, it was just so just passionate and energetic. And you really had to put a lot of work into it to get something out of it. And the music and the camaraderie with the class and everything, it drew me to it. And once I started doing that, I fell in love with it. I ended up quitting my job. I'm just really becoming focused on myself. My other business was so successful. I had, it was worldwide, I made a lot of money and I was doing very well on that end, but emotionally I was still just trying to figure things out. So I decided to walk away from corporate America and just focus on me. And I just took time while running my business to go to the gym, start just making those lifestyle changes. And I just noticed how it changed my life. And people started literally asking me, to work with them. I was approached about teaching a cycle class. And then I guess kind of took it from there. And once I started, I saw what drew me to it and what really made me feel like, hey, I really love this is seeing people's lives change. Like Brother Khalil was saying, it was something about when people would come and say, hey, my life is changing. I'm feeling better about myself. Or, my home life is getting better. My finances are getting better. I'm seeing people's actual lives changing. That's what really drew me to it. And I started to say, I really feel like I can do this. And so I started with cycling, and then now I do pretty much everything in the health and wellness space. But I love it. I think it is really the core of life. It's the core of who we are. We spend so much time focused on all these other things, and we tend to put ourselves. That's why first love yourself. That's what it's all about. We put that last, and it's our temple. It's literally our temple. And eating is one of the most sacred times of the day. It's the most sacred thing we can do, what we consume, what we're putting in our body. And a lot of times we're just moving and we're going so fast that we don't even take the time to think about, hey, is this actually good for me? Or when was the last time, when we think of cardio, it's not just about cardio. Our heart literally needs to pump. It needs to, you need to sweat. You got to do these things, and so it's like looking at it in that perspective. And so I really, really love what I do. I never thought, see somebody who used to run away from trainers, I never thought this was what I would be doing. But I like to make it fun and let people know, hey, it's not just about, doing burpees. I'm not concerned with you coming and doing 100 burpees and showing me how many push-ups you can do. It's about moving your body, creating an active lifestyle, being conscious of what you're putting into your body, and doing that every day. It's a daily practice, literally for the rest of our lives. It's not just short term, I'm gonna do this, it's my New Year's resolution and it's over. No, it's literally an everyday process that you have to continue to work towards. It never ends. It really never ends.
Right.
Okay, now, Brother Khalil, let's hear your story, man. I want everybody to know why we have you as a panelist on our show today. Let's hear you.
Oh, wow. So I definitely have a background in sports and being athletic. So that was something that was instilled in me at a very young age. As early as 6 years old, I was on the football field all the way up through middle school and high school and some college. I moved to Atlanta from Lansing, Michigan in 2006. And I had gotten away from doing anything with physical fitness, but I took up the activity of eating and pursuing money. And I turned around and looked at my small frame, and I looked in the mirror and I started noticing that I was purchasing 44 waist pants in the waist and double XL shirts. And so, wow, and this is in my 20s. And so I'm not used to carrying that kind of weight, but I had gotten really, really large for my size. So I had a cousin that came down from Detroit to visit me, and I was living on the top end of Atlanta at the time. And she said, "Hey man, I do spin classes in Michigan. I want to invite you out to a spin class." So never took a spin class before in my entire life. Decided to go and try something new. And it was at the Perimeter Mall, LA Fitness. And we walked into class, and there was this Caucasian woman there, and she was playing, rock and roll type music. So I'm thinking, this is a stationary bike. I'm going to be able to go in here and knock this out. So I put on my athletic, competitive, posture. And it was literally the hardest exercise I've ever done in my entire life. Wow. Entire life. It was so hard, but it was so good at the same time. Because during that experience, I sweat. I had to challenge myself. I had to engage my mind. I had to engage my soul, my spirit to keep going. I was challenged. I was pushed. The instructor was engaging. And then on top of that, I noticed that I had people in the class with me that were doing the same thing, that was cheering you on and pushing one another. So immediately I said, man, this is an awesome experience. Not only am I getting an excellent workout, but I'm getting a opportunity to connect with others who are headed towards the same way. And the thing about it is, there were folks that had never worked out before in the class, and there were folks that were pros. There were folks in between. There were large, small, in between. So it fit everybody wherever they were at. And so I left that experience with just a lot of excitement, and I continued to go even more. And it was rough at the beginning, but a few instructors saw that I was serious and that I was competitive, and I began to kind of get the steps and get the routines that they do in class. And I made it a habit. And immediately, once that habit was established, I began to see my figure change, my shape change. I actually took a big black bag of clothes that I own and took it to my homeboy's house, and I didn't charge him. I said, "Hey man, if y'all can find something that you can fit, so be it, because I can't fit these no more." That was in 2008, and I have not turned back. I've been on this journey ever since then, and I've been completely in love with group fitness, and also dedicating, like Kamil said so eloquently, dedicating my life to physical fitness, mental fitness, health and wellness, doing anything that I can to sustain the God-given life that we've been given, and to live it in a beautiful way. So that's a little bit of my story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So go ahead, Art, man.
A lot of people running away from you, huh, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They don't run too far. I usually am able to catch them at some point.
Okay.
At some point. Yeah. And I would like to add too, one of the ways that I like to connect with people, and I think Kamil was hinting at it, it's not from the outside. It's not about how many push-ups you can do. It's not about how many, plates you can put on the weight bench. But I like to deal with the interior, the inside out, because I feel like if we work on that first, everything that we get on the outside, we'll learn how to hold on to it in the right way. And it sustains it longer, because now you're doing it for something greater than just an exterior thing. And we've learned, and I'm going to say this, we learned this from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's one thing to go after material gain. That's one thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's even better when we're going after something vertically elevated, like God and higher purpose, so that when we do achieve these material things, we know exactly what it's for and how to use it properly to sustain our lives and to benefit everything around us. So, well said, brother. Well said.
One thing I can concur with is I tried cycling. I had to be it was a 5 a.m. class, and what you described is what I experienced. I think I did it a couple of times. I was out of there, man. I was Now, what do you, when you see a person look like that, come to your cycling facility, your class, some of the motivating things, do you point them out? Do you go to them after the class one-on-one? What do you do to keep them coming, keep them engaged, into coming to the class? Something, or do you direct them to something a little bit less stressful? Tell me your approach to that. You can start, sister. How you want to approach that?
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely, everyone's welcome. All backgrounds. If you've never, I love when I have first timers actually who've never done it before. And I encourage everybody to, because it's a no judgment zone. We definitely, and I can speak for Cycle Gang Studios, we definitely create an atmosphere where you do not feel judged. We are there to motivate you, and you just do the best you can. And what I always tell people, if there's their first time, your number one thing to do is to not leave. Just stay. Just stay on the bike. Don't leave. If you do that, you've done the best you can do, and just do the best you can do. That's really it. If everybody's else out the seat and we're doing drama, if you feel more comfortable in the seat and that's where you want to be, my number one requirement as a coach is I require everyone to do their best. So whether it's your first time or you've been doing it for 30 years, I want to feel the energy from you that you are putting your absolute best into the workout, because that's what makes a group workout. It gives its dynamic and its magic to where everybody leaves and gets what they need. So as long as you're putting your best in, so if I see you and you look timid, I might come to you directly. I'm the type that likes to walk around sometime, clap, get in front of you a little bit. I can be aggressive, but I do it in a way that doesn't make you feel intimidated, makes you feel welcome, but also, gets you to the point where you're like, okay, I can do this. And then usually when they're all nervous and stuff at the beginning, when they leave, they usually leave feeling so just overjoyed and just happy and proud of themselves that, that they did it. And you realize, hey, I might not have done what everybody else was doing, but I did the best I can do. And that's ultimately what matters.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man, that's great. And she's right. I think I take that same approach. I enjoy seeing new people come through the door. That I get excited when I see that. And the first thing that I like to do is not deal necessarily with the exercise itself, but I also want to get involved with their mindset, because trying something new is scary. It can be intimidating. And I realize that and I understand that. And so that's where I try to connect with people and let them know I understand. It's okay. It's natural for you to feel this way. But this challenge that's in front of you is not meant to discourage you, not meant to defeat you. This is a challenge that you need to overcome. And we're here to help you overcome it. This is supposed to be here. This is the way it is, right? And so this is an opportunity for you to pull out some greatness in yourself. And you have support here to help you do that. So we make people feel comfortable. We encourage them to go at their own pace. I do prep them and let them know that we're going to engage you. We're going to push you. But we realize that you're not where I am. You're not where this sister is or that brother is. You're perfect right where you are. But I want you to do your absolute best. That's the assignment today, to do your best. And so it's very important that you engage a person at that stage, because if you don't, then what they're used to doing kind of creeps back in. And the inclination to want to go do something more comfortable, something that you can do, starts to creep in. But I challenge everyone to be careful with that, because we all know that the comfort zone doesn't lead to growth. It leads to stagnation and death. So when you're feeling afraid, when you're feeling challenged, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity for you to grow. So I try to pump that into our newbies and our existing clients at the same time.
Now, this is a more in-depth question. I got you out, man.
Okay.
Now, I was told that let's talk heart rate, because in spin class you're going to elevate that. I don't know, but I was told that once your heart rate reaches a certain point, say 140, then you actually at that time is not necessarily I ain't gonna say burning energy. Something happens at that point that is not necessarily benefiting you as much as if your heart rate was lower than that. But I don't know if it's 140 or 142, somewhere around there. Do you understand what I'm asking in that regard? Heart rate.
Yeah, I see where you're going with it. Well, to that, first, everyone's different, so everybody's body is different. So it's hard to put everyone in a specific group of where your heart rate should be during the workout. But me as a coach, when we're working out, because we're 45 minutes, there is a time where you're going to hit like a metabolic zone where you're going to get your heart rate is going to accelerate. And if you continue to keep it at that level without creating balance, then it can become stagnant and you won't burn as many calories. So as a coach, what I try to do throughout the workout is to take you on it's a ride. We're on a bike. So if you understand the dynamics of the bike and how it works when you're cycling and how cardio works and things like that, you can create a flow to where your heart rate is going up, and then you might keep it up for a while, and then you come back down, and then it lowers down. We can go up a hill, and then we add more tension, and we're slowing it down. We're not going as high, but you're burning calories in a different way. So to me, cycling is the best form of cardio because you have this opportunity to create a program where it really gets you in the zones that you need to be, to where you are burning, the calories that you need to burn, and your heart is doing exactly what it needs to do during a cardio. This is a specific cardio workout. That is what we're doing, is cardio. So yes, I do think that there is science to it, to make sure that you are getting the best benefits out of it. And instructors who've been in the game for a long time, hopefully know those types of things. But yeah, if you come to Cycle Gang, you'll definitely be in good hands. We got you.
That's right. Yeah, I take that same approach, Cayman. I think all of the entire team does. We have about 8 or 9 different instructors, but it's an experience where, like Cayman just said, where you're going to be up and down. You're going to be doing short periods of time where you're sprinting, and then you may slow it back down, and you're climbing a hill. And so you're having an opportunity to really maximize that. We have 45-minute class. Within that 45-minute window, you're really getting the best cardio experience possible. It's been said that everyone's different, like K-Mill said, but I've seen people within that 45-minute period have burnt between 800 plus calories in a class. So very effective training, very effective workout.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm glad you both spoke about fitness as a lifestyle. I know the American Heart Association recommends 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week workout. But now your approach to it as becoming a lifestyle, how does it incorporate it in time in your life? How do you deliver that a routine to the cyclists or the individuals that come and work with you?
Well, for me, I say you literally, when it comes to fitting fitness into your lifestyle, it is making like how you fit everything else in. You literally it's the same choice. We choose to get up, and we know we got to be to work from 8 to 5. You eat at this time. You literally have to find that time in your schedule where it's like, okay, and map it out. Don't just try to wing it. I think if you really are trying to create a lifestyle, you got to create a pattern. You got to schedule it out. We have classes at 5 o'clock in the morning, like I've heard that some of you have already tried. So, you know, if 5 o'clock in the morning is a better time for you, where you can get up before the sun rises and knock it out, because you know you're the type of person that after you get off of work, you're going to be tired, or you got family time, or other things that you need to commit to, then you have to make the decision that say, okay, 3 times a week, I am getting up at 4 o'clock, and I'll be there for that 5 o'clock class, so I can make sure that I get it done. And it's literally just scheduling it out to what works for your schedule. And again, when it's a lifestyle, things change. Your job could change. Your duties could change, and you have to be able to go with the flow and figure it out and say, okay, well, 5 o'clock doesn't work, so now I am doing it on the weekends. Or, it's literally just making the time. It's a choice, and you have to just put the effort in to make sure that you just don't make any excuses and you get it done.
So man, was your question was, do you have specific workouts for individuals?
No. That's what it was. She answered it right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll camelback off of that, Emil. That was great. I look at it too, like, there's a term that floats around in the fitness communities, and we say go get paid, and so if we use that, it's almost like financial literacy. You know what I mean? In the concept of paying yourself first. Everyone knows that person that tries to save after they paid their bills and after they've done everything and hope that there's something left at the end of the month, usually there's nothing left, right? So it's the same thing with getting paid with fitness. You have to get paid first. You have to put working out first. We have to value that first, because if you do everything else, take the phone call, take the meeting, do this, do that, at the end of the day, you're going to not find that time to work out. So make it a priority, make it a value, and shift your mind from it just being a hobby or activity. But this is something that's going to sustain my life and longevity. So just a shift in mindset.
Right.
Now I thought a workout like that, and I'm telling you, if you have never did cycling, you're going to have a puddle of water or sweat right up under your pedals. It's going to be there. So clearly you have just, I guess, exhausted everything was within him. Now after you leave, what do you tell your students in order to replenish what they just lost? Or do you get into that type of discussion with them in terms of like a diet?
I'll jump on that, and I'll let Kay, you go ahead and take that, ladies first.
Well,
and Kay being over here being real humble. Kay is also, in addition to being an amazing, she's not only just a cycling instructor, she's a overall fitness. She's the new Black Jane. What is her name?
Okay.
Yeah, but in addition to that, she's also a chef. So this is a perfect question for her. I'll let her take that.
When it comes to, again, I consider myself a lifestyle coach. So after class, if I'm saying something from the stage, I'll let them know, drink a lot of water. That's huge. You definitely want to, like you said, you sweated a lot, so you want to make sure you hydrate. So drink plenty of water. After you get off the bike, especially if you do like early morning classes, anything like that, that 30 minutes after you work out is like prime time. Your metabolism is up. So if you consume something during that time, definitely something healthy. I always throw out at the end, I don't want to see nobody in no fast food. I don't want to see anybody in no fast food line, period. Like that is, I will throw that out there. Like you do not want to do such a great workout and then go to KFC. Like you just don't want to do that. It's you're literally consuming everything that you just burned. Plus some. So it's like you don't want to avoid the workout. So 30, if you can do in that 30-minute window, that's great because your metabolism is high and everything's burning and all that good stuff. But you want to be strategic, and so your workout can, you can see the benefits. So fruits, veggies, water, just as natural as possible. That's really what I'm all about. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to be as clean, as natural as possible.
Now, can I jump on that 2K? And one thing I like to do is, especially for newbies who have been going on maybe a reckless habit for a long time, is not to try to do something too radical at first that they can't maintain. So just like Kay just quoted, let's pick up your water. How much water are you drinking? Well, I don't drink a lot of water. Okay, so you have people carrying around gallons. I might suggest, let's try to set a goal. Let's try, let's try to drink half your body weight first. Let's make that a goal. So if they weigh 200 pounds, I say, let's try to drink 100 ounces of water a day. You know what I mean? Something's a SMART goal, if you will, something specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. You're putting a lot of salt in your food. Let's get away from salt. Let's just use Mrs. Dash. Let's use garlic. Let's use some onion. Let's, instead of fried food, let's bake your food or grill your food. So I start there to try to just say, hey, you can still enjoy what you're eating, but let's just try to make some minor tweaks to what you've been doing, and then kind of gradually move from there. So,
well, now in that monitoring your food, so that 5 o'clock in the morning workout, there I'm learning about fasting and working out. So I'm coming to the gym, and I didn't eat this morning, so now my body is not working out off digested food. It's actually pulling out the glucose out my bones, out my muscles, excuse me. And I'm kind of not working out, working on food. So do you say it's better to come to the gym on an empty stomach or water? What do you say?
I do. I for the early morning classes, I do. I believe that fasted cardio I just love it. I love what it does for your body. Me personally, I try to intermittent fast daily. Like, that's just part of my daily practice. So usually I don't consume any foods until after 12. And that's even if I work out early. Now, I do listen to my body though, because your body will let you know. So if it is a day that I've done an intense workout, and after, if I feel like, okay, I definitely need something, then I will, have some fruit or maybe get a smoothie or something like that. But I do believe that giving your body the opportunity to fast daily, just as much as you can. Everybody's different, and the hours that you set is different. But I do believe that it just has so many benefits to that. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like that, giving your body a chance to rest from the previous meal, because I feel like good digestive health is a part of this whole journey. And if you're having an issue with your digestive health, then you're probably having an issue with weight. You're probably having an issue with your energy and all of that stuff. So giving your body a chance to get out that meal, get out those toxins and stuff like that does wonders. But I'm with Kay. I love coming in the gym on an empty stomach, hydrated. I just feel I feel energized when I'm coming into the gym that way versus sagging myself down with a lot of meals throughout the day.
Yeah, it's harder, especially with doing cardio, or even now, when it comes to strength training, if you're doing a heavy weightlifting, things like that, then yeah, you probably are going to want to maybe put more protein on you after, especially, not waiting as long. Like if I do high intensity strength training in the morning, then I more than likely won't wait until noon to consume something. I will probably have a protein shake or something within that 30-minute window after working out to replenish, because I'm using more of my muscles and things like that. But yeah, definitely giving your time with cardio fasting in the morning with cardio is the best combination.
All right, so let's get into everything that you do, sister. He put you out there. Cycling, I guess that's your first love in terms of fitness. What else do you do in terms of fitness that can help folks?
Well, the other thing that I do is working with seniors. I'm also a senior fitness specialist. So I work with the Atlanta Housing Authority. I work with several different buildings here in Atlanta. I also do private training, going to seniors' homes and things like that. And I've created a program called Move and Groove. And it's I guess you can call it a dance. It's just exactly what it sounds like. We move and we groove. And so with seniors, what I noticed is the last thing they want to see is a coach coming in saying, hey, y'all, let's work out. They're looking at me like, what? Yeah. So I approached it in a way that made it fun. And so when I say, hey, guys, we're about to move and groove, their faces light up. They're like, what is this? You know, and it's a very intense program, but you can do it in the seat. You can do it with, I have seniors that, you know, have all different backgrounds, you know, Parkinson's, different, what am I trying to say here? Mental issues, you know, things like that. They might be wheelchair bound. I work with seniors that are with nurses and all different types of stuff. But what I do know is when you put on some really good music and you just allow them to, I've had a client who was Parkinson's, and, you know, I worked with him until he passed away, and he loved Elvis. And everybody, his family called on me. Everybody, you know, he had no interest in working out. He was pretty pissed at just everybody at this point in his life. And when he would get with me, I would put on Elvis, and he would just start moving and grooving. And literally, you know, and next thing you know, his arms start moving. And he was stiff, but he would start moving his arms, and he started moving his legs. And it's amazing how you see people just come out of their shells, whether they have memory issues, they can remember Marvin Gaye. You know, they might not remember what happened, you know, how many years ago, but they remember those sounds. And that is the magic that I love of Move and Groove. And so I do that. And so I work directly with seniors, and I just love it. I have some buildings that I go to 3 times a week. These seniors work out 45 minutes, 3 times a week. And the classes are packed, and they want to use dumbbells, and they want to, you know, and they're just looking for me to be there. And I see how fitness, you know, even though they look at it like we're moving and grooving, but at the end of the day, it's definitely fitness. You know, they come down, they're leaving sweating. I'm telling you, 102 years old. You know, I've seen it happen. You know, they love it. And so that's something I'm super passionate about. I do that pretty much every day as well, in addition to the other things. But yeah, senior fitness is my thing, moving and grooving.
And I just gotta say, all praises I do to Allah for Kate Mill, man, for that work, man. That's work. Beautiful. I got excited hearing you talk about it. That's beautiful what you're doing with our elderly and our mothers and fathers. So thank you, K-Mill.
Yeah, I think that it's a lane that's wide open. You know, when it comes to fitness, and I got in this profession, everybody was focused on just this one thing and this particular group of people. And I didn't even, you know, God definitely opened up the doors for me to be able to work with seniors. But now that I'm involved in, I just see it's such a need for it. You know, it's just, it's so many seniors out here, and, you know, we kind of can just start looking past them and just, you know, put them to the side, but they want to do stuff too. You know, it's like the highlight of their day. And so, yeah, it's a need. So I'm very honored to do what I do. Yeah,
that's great. That's great.
Brother Khalil, this might be a little tough question right here. I got to throw the tough one at you. It's, now, you know, we're governed by how to eat to live.
Yes,
I heard about what some of the things you did to replenish yourself. And some could say that that's breaking the fast. And what would you say in regards to that? You know, you getting up there early in the morning, you exerting yourself in the way that you do. What would you say to that in regards to how to eat to live is concerned?
I missed a part of your question at the beginning. If you wouldn't mind repeating the first part of your question.
Sure. In regards to replenishing yourself after the tough early morning cycle workouts, or just workout period. You know, we're governed, you know, Nation of Islam by how to eat to live. And some of the I guess advice you gave in terms of how to replenish your energy should be borderline breaking the fast. Right.
Yeah. So
if that's the case, how do you address that? How would you address that?
Well, I would address that by saying that you know, I'm striving to myself to line up with that standard of 1 meal a day, and then we're taught that 1 meal every 24 hours, and then if you can, 1 meal every 48 hours. But it also says while you're striving to achieve that, I believe it says, you know, start off with 2 meals a day and then try to work your way up to the 1 meal, then 1 every 24 and 48. So I have been able to accomplish that. many times. I've even encouraged some of our trainers and members on the team to do it with me. So it's a journey. It's a struggle. Sometimes it is. But that is when I wake up every day, that is my goal, to go an entire day and eat my one meal. Sometimes a slice of bean pie can get in the way of that. Sometimes, a waffle fry. But overall, that is my goal. That is what I'm striving to accomplish. So I don't make it a habit, or that is not my regimen to break my fast. But sometimes throughout the day, I have.
But working out like that, you kind of need.
Well, I'll say this, and I think I get what you're saying. I think, like, we're learning in How to Eat to Live, it's a conditioning of the body. So like during Ramadan, I can literally say that is a time I am successful with going through an entire month without cheating and eating an additional meal. And it's a conditioning, it's a discipline that happens to the body that allows you to be able to achieve that goal. So even though it looks strenuous, even though it may seem rough, you literally can go an entire day and have one meal safely. And while people are thinking, man, you need to eat because that's going to impact your energy level or impact your performance, I have personally experienced where that has increased my energy level, has increased my mood, has increased my strength, has increased my spirit. And I feel more vibrant when I'm on that one meal a day versus several meals throughout the day.
Right.
So everyone's different. And I think you do need to take into consideration what you're doing in terms of physical fitness. But in my experience, I don't feel a depletion or a decrease in energy. When I'm on my one meal a day, I feel an increased level of energy and performance.
Praise be to God. Coach K, I wanted to dive into, and one of my passions is mental health as well. Okay. And I wanted to dive into how the circulation and the working out and your breathing techniques push the oxygen around the body and helps with depression, anxiety, and stress. Could you give us a little knowledge on how that helps even without taking medication, how working out helped you?
Yeah, definitely. I know that we talked about cycling being a big part of, drawing me into love and fitness and things like that. But also yoga definitely played a big part in that too. When I discovered yoga, it helped me to really become in touch with my breathing. That was the first, that is what even introduced the love, just breathing as a practice into my life, because breathing is something we tend to take for granted. We do it all the time, literally, but a lot of times we don't even realize that we're not taking the time to actually stop and become one with our breath, which is, to me, one of the most powerful things that you can do. And it really does help you to be able to, what they call the coming to like that center point, the focus, where you're not thinking about what's coming, you're not thinking about what's going, you're just in tune with your body and just breathing and slowing it down and just allowing yourself to just, and then like, it's literally like magic in that. And it's something that we just don't do throughout the day. So even just taking 10 minutes out the day to just slow it down, to silence your mind, and to just literally focus on slowing your breaths and becoming one with your breaths. And just it's like, because we're spirits that live inside of this body, right? So when you get the opportunity to just breathe and slow it down, it's such a spiritual experience, because you're allowing the mental and the physical to just come together and just get rid of everything else and just be, just be. And it's, to me, it's just, it causes everything. It helps your heart doesn't have to be going like this just to be working good. You're actually calming it down. You're calming it down, and your lungs and everything appreciates it. Your muscles, it's like stretching without even having to move. Really a beautiful thing. And so, yes, I'm glad you brought that up. It's something that a lot of people just don't do. Even throughout the day, you can go the whole day and you just going. And it's like, did you take the time to just breathe? So taking that, making that a part of your lifestyle is that's an important part as well. And especially like with us in the cycle community, we're very like, it's go, go, go. It's very intense. So to have that, and that's something I'm glad you brought this up, because I'm trying to add that more into my lifestyle like I used to. I meditate, but the yoga part of it does help with the breathing as well. But yeah, definitely, I would recommend breathing.
And what was that technique? Because I teach that to the young. And Brother Khalil, we myself, Brother Jackie, and Brother Carl, we are over the junior FOI class. So definitely we definitely want to invite you to come deal with that. But after we work out with the young brothers, I teach them that. So what is that technique? Is it in the nose and out the mouth? What is that technique doing?
Well, you're breathing in through your lungs. So you're just breathing in and then you're letting it out through your mouth. So for me, when I do it, I want to do it nice and slow. So, and you want to literally feel your lungs up. So when you're breathing in, is
we should all just do it. We should all just
yes. You took the words out of my mouth.
Go ahead and run it.
Go ahead and give a free yoga session, right?
Get it.
Okay. And so so everybody sit up nice and tall, and your chest is tall. And then we're going to breathe in through our nose. Okay. So on the count of 3, and then I want you to let your lungs fill up. So breathe until you fill it up, and I hold it. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Deep breath slowly. Hold it. 3, 2. Now you're going to open up your mouth and let out the air. Breathe hard. Good. Now this time we're going to do it again. When you breathe in, I want you to breathe in. Let's breathe in faith. When we exhale, we're going to exhale fear. Okay? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We're breathing in faith. On the count of 3, we're going to exhale fear. In 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Yeah. And you can breathe in prosperity, and you can let go of lack. You can breathe in whatever you want and let go of whatever it is you need to let go of. And I really do believe that it works just like that.
Beautiful.
Hey, Coach K.
Got one for you, now, Brother Khalil. I think we were right before commercial break, but before the show, we was talking about supplements and what are the right type of supplements that a person should take. And you made the statement that what if you may be taking the wrong one for your particular issues. Can you talk on that for a minute? The supplements.
Yeah, I think in generally speaking, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't want anyone to classify me as that. But just generally speaking, knowing the condition of the food, I think we don't want to be naive. When we go to the supermarket, we are starting to know that the foods that we're eating are not as organic as they should be. And so that apple or that orange or that banana or those tomatoes and those onions that we're eating from the store don't have the nutrition that God intended for it to have. So if we're not getting the vitamins we need from the food, then we have to find another way to get those vitamins, and it's through supplements. And we know what supplements could be protein powders, they could be vitamins that you take. But I think also what would be beneficial so that each individual can know what they need. I grew up with my mother, who was very sensitive in this area, where she would go get blood work done so that she can have her blood analyzed to determine exactly what her blood was deficient in. And based on that data, she could go to the vitamin store and get exactly the vitamins that she needed for her body. But if you don't have access to that yet, it's good to just start anywhere. Just get started. It's good to have vitamin C. It's good to have vitamin D. It's good to get your protein and your zinc and everything else. So you should have some vitamins in your cabinet that you're taking. But to go even higher than that, would be to get your blood analyzed, get your body analyzed to determine what are you deficient in. So that way, when you go to the vitamin store, it's not so overwhelming. Like, what should I get here? You know what I mean? Should I get the B12? Should I get the C? Should I get the E? Should I get the zinc? That could be overwhelming. So to kind of decrease that anxiety, try to see your physician to try to get your blood analyzed.
Beautiful, beautiful. And with that, let's take it to our commercial break, Brother Ahmed.
Yes, yes. So we are the Jock Brothers. You can view us Tuesday night, 7 p.m., Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Jock Brothers, on Facebook and YouTube. You can also view some of our shows on YouTube, our previous shows on YouTube, and you can view some of our previous shows on our website, www.jockbrothers.com, www.jockbrothers.com. You can support our initiatives at $Jock Bros, which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Cash App, $Jock Bros. One of our initiatives is coming on this podcast and spreading the truth and knowledge to our viewers. And another one of our initiatives is getting the baddest, boldest Black-owned newspaper, The Final Call, behind prison walls to our brothers and sisters who are incarcerated. So you can help support that initiative by going on our website, by cash apping us, and by giving us any information of family members or friends who are incarcerated that you would like us to contact, give some of this knowledge of The Final Call, and maybe just even become sort of a pen pal or a motivator or a friend. So send us that information so we can contact them. jockbrothersviewers@gmail.com, jockbrothersviewers@gmail.com. Don't forget to go on our YouTube page and subscribe. Thank you. Back to you, Coley.
Yes, sir. I'm looking at the comment. My brother DJ Rockwell from the DJ Rockwell radio show said I'm cheating. I don't know what the well, you got to clarify yourself, brother. Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes,
wait.
Sir, brother.
I just wanted to also give a shout out to our sponsors really quick.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. We have our brother Kawi, who is a real estate agent. If you need any houses, rental, property, land, you can contact Brother Kawi. The number's on the screen. Excuse me. And he can support you in all those endeavors of real estate, land, rental, and owning property. Our next is our brother Ahmed, which is myself. I'm a publisher. I have to www.brpublishing.com, www.brpublishing.com. I'm starting a series of books. The first one now is Bilal and the Bullies. Sister, that I heard you say something in your bio about being bullied. You might enjoy this, or it might help you in delivering a message to some of your,
Yes.
some of people you mentor.
Mhm.
So this is a book about a young brother who was bullied and overcame bullying by just speaking the truth and sharing knowledge and wisdom and learning about himself and growing stronger in his faith and understanding who he is and how special he is to not only to God and himself, but his family, and his friends. So please all get the book. It's on Amazon.com, Bilal and the Bullies. And you can also, it's also a coloring book as well. Our next is Brother Jackie Muhammad. He has Supreme Waste Removal, where you can rent dumpsters. He picks them up and removes them. Any construction going on in and around the city of Atlanta, please contact him. His number is on the screen. Our Brother Jackie Muhammad. Thank you, Brother Carly.
Praise be to Allah. All right. So let's get to it. So this part of the show, I want to talk about certain specialties. So, of course, if a person wants to lose weight, if they overweight, want to lose weight, I know you recommend cycling as one of the options. Is there any other thing that you could recommend to help a person lose weight? I think we're going to go abs next. We're going to go weight gain. We're just going to go through the whole gamut. And then we'll see what kind of advice you can give out to the people.
And wait, before you go, Coach K, I want to add to that. After they're losing weight, how do they lose that skin, the excess skin?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, so as far as the workouts, I always just recommend for people to find something that you like, get creative. Don't try to just put yourself into a box because everybody's different. And there's so many different types of workouts. So kickboxing might be something, or just boxing in general. There's workouts where you can go jump on the trampoline and do all different types of things. If you are an adventurous person and like to be outside, there are communities you can join that like to go hiking and different things like that. I recommend just finding something that you are being active in, but that you like, because when you try to do something that is not, you're not into it, it's not drawing you, then you're not going to be as motivated to get up and do it. So finding something that is just different. Think outside the box. And there are different things like there's an app called ClassPass that is a very good app to use when you're just looking to try to different things. They give you all different types of access to different studios and different types of workouts. And it just lets you think outside the box a little bit with that. So that answers the first question. Khalil, you want to come in on that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you're saying. I think the toughest thing that everyone has to overcome is just getting started. But I think what I would recommend, like Kay said, is you got to find something that you enjoy. And my personal experience, I found something which was cycling, just to get started. I think also I would recommend group fitness classes too, because sometimes when you don't know what to do, that can be frustrating and intimidating going into a gym with a whole bunch of equipment. And then you're on it and you're wondering if you're doing it right, who's looking at you, and you got all that stuff. Do I have enough weight? Do I look like I'm strong? That kind of stuff that you're dealing with. Whereas group fitness, you have an instructor there that's leading the class and can give you a series of different things to do. And guess what? You're learning some techniques that you can actually take home and do yourself. But the key thing is do something that you like, but then also be consistent at doing it. And that doesn't mean 5 times a week, starting out 6, 7. That could mean, 2 days a week for 30 minutes a day. I'm going to do it every single week for the next month and stick to that. And you'll see some results from that. So
even not to cut you off, Khalil.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, sis.
But like skating, there's different. It's about just moving your body. You could find that I used to like to go to the skating ring on Friday night, and then you get on the skates again and, you realize, hey, I like that. Skating is actually a really good workout. You're definitely going to be working your legs. You're going to be moving around. And so that could be something that is your Friday thing to do. Even golf, golf is something that you're walking, you're have to go to the next one. You're still moving your body. It's form, it's different things like that. So it's different ways that you can add activity into your lifestyle to where you're continuing to move and do different things with your body, but it's not necessarily just what you think of when you think of exercise. So it's just remaining active.
I like that, Kay, and just the camel back off of that. I think in this era that we live in, when you have an explosion of the fitness industry, right, and you have a lot of personal trainers, you have influencers and things like that in that space, to differentiate themselves, they are really doing a lot of different techniques and strategies that we haven't seen before. And so some of that stuff looks very difficult, and they're ripped up, but I like what Kay is saying. Is it's not necessarily the activity that has the power. Well, it's not the a certain activity that has the power. It's the power is in just getting started and getting moving. You know what I mean? That is it. So if we put too much stock in what kind of exercise it is, we might be missing the point. I think the point is to find something and get moving. And even if you go back to basic push-ups, man, if I stay on my push-ups every day, you know how. But if I wake up and do 100 push-ups in the morning, 100 at night, and then I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna do 4 sets of 25. I ain't gonna do them straight through. If I do that over the next 6 months, right? I'm gonna have some definition. I'm gonna have some gains. But I think what I've noticed when people are walking through the door, I think they feel like they have to be doing something really, really technical in order to get some results. When there's jumping jacks, there's skating, there's walking, there's jogging, there's just your basic stuff.
Yes.
I want to go into Ahmed question.
The loose skin.
About you lose weight, you got the loose skin. Now our conversation was more like, okay, there's a difference between the steam room and the results you get from that, and the sauna and the results you get from that. I was saying that while you're losing weight, hit the sauna, because the sauna tightens you, but the steam room actually, I guess, cleanses you from your pore. I don't know. That's why we have you on the show. Let's talk about it.
Well, I go to the sauna for different reasons. I go to the sauna to just relax and to I feel it just helps my muscles to relax. From working out as many times as I do a week, I go to the sauna. It just helps me. I feel like my muscles are just literally getting the opportunity to relax. That's where I do my stretching. That's where I do my breathing. Things like that is in the sauna. As far as loose skin though, that's kind of touchy because again, everybody's different. I think that strength training is huge. You want to keep building that muscle, but sometimes depending on how far you're going on your journey, I mean, you have people who are like 600, 700 pounds, right? So after a while, you lose that 300, 400, sometimes you might have to surgically get it removed, for it to tighten where you would need to tighten, because sometimes the skin is just going to have to get cut off depending on how much fat you've lost. So everybody's different. But you have to strength train along with your cardio. That's huge. Like, you don't want to just do all cardio, because just like it's recommended that we do 30 minutes of cardio, we definitely need to get at least 2 days, 30 minutes of strength training as well. So that helps to build the muscle as you're losing the fat. So I like to definitely make sure that you're incorporating both those things. And again, going to the sauna is also a good thing as well, but everybody's different. When it comes to loose skin, that's a touchy one, because some people they can actually tighten it up, and some people have to take bigger measures depending on their journey, honestly.
What about the steam room? What is that doing for you?
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't. No, I'm not really, I don't really do the steam room too often. I haven't done too much research on it. That's not really my thing. I've done it a couple of times. I prefer the sauna over the steam room just for personal reasons. I think I'm just able to relax more in the sauna. In the steam room, it's kind of a lot going on. And sometimes I'm not able to really just relax and be in my breathing like I want to be.
Hot tub.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say this: I did cheat one time, and Coach K, I will admit, the coaches and we had a competition where we were going to lose some weight
Okay.
over a period of time, and so the last day of our challenge, I dropped, I think, between 5 and 7 pounds that day. And how I did it was I got in the sauna.
Mm.
And what happens in the sauna is, you know, your skin is one of the largest organs on your body. And so that sauna, your skin, your body is when you're in there is saying to your brain, it's hot, so you need to cool off. So you begin to sweat, right? So one of the techniques I did was I got in the sauna and I would get to a point where I'm completely drenched, right? So that's water coming out of me. I would get out of the sauna, go dry completely off, right? And then get back in the sauna again and make my body think that I had to cool off again. So I would sweat again, creating more water to come out. And then I would get out of the sauna. And after doing that like 3 or 4 times over an hour period, I stepped on the scale and I was ready to weigh in, and I dropped.
Yeah, you know what?
So,
I never heard.
One benefit, like Brother Rockwell was saying, if you guys are in a you know, like a little match, one thing that I do know that getting in that sauna will help you to lose some water weight.
Okay.
And I think that's also, it will help eliminate toxins and things like that you may be storing too.
Oh yeah, it helps your skin. You know, when I come out of the sauna, my skin is glowing. It's softer. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of benefits to it.
On the other side of the spectrum, though, I've been looking at and I've been approached too by some companies that travel with the ice, where you get into a completely opposite side of the spectrum when you get into a tub of ice.
Hydrotherapy.
Yeah. So, Kate, do you have any benefits, features, and benefits of doing something like that?
Yeah, I've done it. I've tried it a couple of times. It was not. I didn't enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't enjoy it. I was literally just freezing. But they say that it has a lot of benefits, you know, for your muscles and things like that. So I'm all about trying to preserve my muscles as much as I can, and these bones and all that good stuff. So I have tried it, but I just got to say, guys, it was just cold. I was literally freezing and ready.
Okay, so when they come to you, do people come to you specifically because they want to sculpture their abs? Y'all have those requests? Or do you have people that come to you that want to just do body sculpture at all?
And to add to that, the waist trainer. Go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely I have consultations with every client before I take them on, and I let them know that because usually you are going to get those people that they're like, I want to look like this specifically. I have even had people send me pictures like, you know, this is what I want to look like. And, you know, that's all well and good. But as a lifestyle coach, what I always encourage people, if you have specific weight loss goals, if you want to lose 30 pounds, 50 pounds, however much, then I'm definitely here for you. Let's create smart goals and let's make it happen. If you want to look a specific way, I am not that coach. I usually will tell people that's not my thing. I'm not into sculpting. Yes, I'm a woman, and I love what I do as far as, you know, seeing the benefits of my clients look the way they want to look, and that happens. But I'm way more concerned for them in their lifestyle. So if it's a person that's their target, like I specifically just want to look like this, usually I will let them know that, you know, I'm more of a lifestyle coach. My clients who've been with me have been with me for years. You know, we've been working together for years. It's definitely not like just trying to make you look like that. Because again, what like Brother Khalil was saying is that it starts from the inside. So I want to make sure that you are creating healthy habits. I want to make sure that we're we're making lifelong decisions here. And then everything else will come along. The body will definitely form the way you want it to. But usually if a client comes to me and that is just all they're focused on, and what I hear so many times, no matter how small or big a person is, everybody just wants to tone. That's the number one thing. And all of my, you know, they're always like, I just want to tone. I just want to see this come here and this come here. But it's like, really, you just need to create a active lifestyle. You need to eat things that are good. You need to drink more water. Let's just go to the basics, and then everything else will come into play.
You don't push the waist trainer.
No, I'm not a waist trainer pusher. I just think they're uncomfortable. I can't work out I don't like to work out with a lot of equipment on. I don't like to be trying to move around and something, However, people who do use the waist trainer, I've heard great benefits of it. I know women who work out with them, and I know guys who work out with them too. And they do see great benefits of it. Some people really like it. Me personally, it's just not my thing. I don't push it on my clients because I just like to be comfortable when I work out. So the more comfortable I am, the more I can enjoy it. I don't need anything like gripping me while I'm trying to work out. That's just me.
Khalil?
Yeah, I think Kay is hitting the nail on the head. I think when clients come, I think it's an opportunity to educate, because our clients come to us, and brother Kawi, with real estate, you have buyers that come, and they have this in their head, what they think, buying a home is supposed to be like. They didn't know they were qualified or whatever, this or that. And I'm finding with clients that come into the gym, they, again, with so much content circulating out there and so much media from wherever to get it, YouTube, internet, television, they come to the table with all of these ideas. And so it's just an opportunity to educate. And like I say, I think one thing that Kay and I have in common is we're not in the business of any artificial techniques. We're into building a lifestyle, something sustainable, something that you're going to be able to carry on for the rest of your life, and pass that legacy on to your children's children. So waist trainers and things like that are a good tool, but that shouldn't be the tool that you're using to shape your body. The tool is, what are you doing every day, from your diet to doing something consistent to help improve your cardio and your strength, holistic approach to your health and wellness.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Carl.
Yes. So all right. And this is we're gonna take it out with this one.
Oh, wait, I got one more. I got one more thing.
Well, I got one after you. Then go ahead.
Oh, what about sleep? What do you put sleep in all this, as far as continuing to maintain health and getting rid of anxiety and depression, and where does sleep come in all this? How important is it?
Well, I'll say that's something I'm personally working on right now. Is I'm learning more about that. Right there is closing your eyes and getting into bed doesn't mean that you rested at all. And you could have done that for the last 5-6 hours, but if you don't get into a phase of REM, which you're in a deep condition, then you're not replenishing and refreshing your body. And I think that is the goal. That's a place where a lot of us are not accomplishing during our hours where we're sleeping. And so I'm trying to learn how to go to bed earlier, set down any devices that might be distracting me from being able to rest and calm my mind down. Times that I'm choosing to eat my food where my digestive system may be working still. Paying attention to my environment, how my room is set up. Is it a place where I feel like it's calm and peaceful? But that is definitely something that I'm working on to help me improve my performance and my lifestyle. I do know also, just to add to this, is there's certain apps and things like that you can use to download that will monitor your sleep and monitor your activity. There's one that I downloaded called, I'll share it. Hold on one second. I can't even get into my phone. One more time, I'll lock it out. But there's some apps that you can go on to, and I'll find the name of the app that will help monitor your sleep and your sleep pattern. And it's amazing, the statistics that it will show you, how you're up and down throughout the night, and monitoring that. And then it gives suggestions on how to get a better sleep pattern throughout your evening so that you can get a better rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sleep is that rest is definitely huge. Even with working out and having as a lifestyle, I'm glad you brought that up because sleep is just as important. I've definitely got the sleep thing down. I pretty much get I get rest. Um, I think it's because I live such an active lifestyle. Well, I know it is because I haven't always been like that. And I never pictured myself the type that usually I'm asleep by like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. I'm gone. And different practices that I know have helped me is for one, definitely working out. I mean, just being active, during the day, especially if you start off early. Those 5 a.m. workouts, 6 a.m. workouts, you're by the end of the night, your body is ready to go on bed. So that helps a lot. And I get up early anyway. I start my days pretty early. So, and I'm always jumping around, I'm hollering. So at the end of the night, my phone is on do not disturb. Everyone knows if something happens, I will hear about it tomorrow, and I go to sleep, I rest, and I set my alarm, and usually I wake up before my alarm goes off. My body's kind of just on a clock. And that took making, just changes here and there. And it's been years of me adjusting to this. Like, I can proudly say that I get rest now, but it hasn't always been like that. I definitely had to take those steps to make sure that I got that done. And I'm just not, somebody invite me out late, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm going to bed because that is a priority. I need to get rest because I know if I don't get sleep, it just affects my day, which affects everything that I'm doing. My attitude can be different. My, attention span can be different. My creativity can be different. I'm not as present. I'm not fully, just me and being the greatest that I can be if I don't get proper rest. So it's a priority for me, just like anything else. I'm going to bed.
Can I ask a quick question to Kay to see if she knows? And I've been trying to find this out. So that this world teaches 8 hours a day is what we need, and then we have some these gurus out there saying I don't sleep at all. I don't get no sleep. Have you found an hour or amount of time that we should be shooting for every day? Have you been able to come across that?
Well, I could just, for myself, what I usually try to do at least 6 to 8 hours. For me, I'm not going to sleep longer than that. And I'm also a big believer in naps. I remember when I had my first business and I was leasing a space inside of a shared co-working space. And what was so interesting to me, and it was this big room, all these executives and all this stuff from different companies, and they had nap rooms throughout the building. Where throughout the day, and I mean people from Fortune 500 companies, whatever, you could go in the room, and it would say that you were in there, and it was so peaceful. And you could go in there and take naps 30 minutes at a time and reserve your time. And people made it a priority throughout the day. Like, okay, I'm about to go take a nap. So, that showed me too, like, hey, I'm seeing all these, guys in suits going to take a nap in the middle of the day. That opened my eyes to the just importance of rest. But yeah, for me, I try to get at least 6 to 8 hours. For me, I know that's just my sweet spot.
Okay, that's right. Let me, and I got one last now. I know y'all concentrate on indoor cycling. I have another friend of mine that's in a cycle group. You've got the twins that going around the city of Atlanta. Is there a difference? Is pretty much saying there's a difference with the two types of cyclings? Do you, of course, you prefer indoor over outdoor, or have you tried them both? Let's talk on that for a second.
I think there's no difference in. There's differences, of course, because you have the natural elements outside, the wind, the hills, the terrain. So there's a difference there. And yes, I've went from indoor and then that next day try an outdoor experience, and you can feel the difference on your body. You definitely can. So there is a difference on the physical physical nature of the two. But I think the thing they have in common is the low impact it has on your body. So as when you're running, you may be pounding the pavement and your joints and your knees are involved and you have that. Where in cycling, it's a low impact experience where you're not necessarily getting that kind of pounding on your body. But between the two, I personally have seen the difference in the amount of impact it has after a workout.
Yeah, definitely. And what I noticed about outdoor cyclists, like people who are addicted to outdoor cycling, like we are with indoor, they're very lean, like typically. Their bodies are just, it's like they elongate from being on the bike, and it's such a difference. It's what it looks like. And I hope that's not judgmental, but and there's such a difference in like when we go up hills on the indoor cycling bike and we just turn the tension up and we're just going up a hill and climbing. But I have so much respect for someone that I see outside going up a hill on a bike, an actual hill, and using, their legs to get up there. It's a totally different ball game. And I have a lot of respect for people who do that. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anything else, Brother Osman?
I don't know. I just need to know how, when they do their closing remarks, how we all can get in touch with them.
Okay, let's start with the closing remarks first with Coach K. Coach K, anything you want to say? Closing remarks.
Closing remarks. Well, I've definitely enjoyed you guys tonight. I hope that something was said that has touched your life, and I hope that you just continue to love yourself more from the inside out. And if you'd like to stay in touch with me, you can visit my website at flygirlfitnessatl.com. There you can learn all about everything that I do. You can order food, you can order clothes, you can talk to me, you can join a workout. I do virtual classes as well online, so you could definitely join that way. I have a tribe of women from Germany all the way here in Atlanta who work out together virtually, and we've been doing it for years. And not only do we encourage each other in our workouts, but we just encourage each other to do things outside of the gym too, and crush goals that way. So on Instagram, I am Fly Girl Fitness ATL. So it's just Fly Girl Fitness ATL on all platforms. And if you have a senior or somebody in your life that needs a workout, needs to move and groove, make sure you hit me up.
flygirlfitnessatl.com.
That is it.
Good deal. Good deal.
All right.
Yeah, final words.
Yes, sir. Well, I have totally enjoyed this, and again, it was a pleasure and honor to be on your show today. And I will say this: you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started being great. Just start where you are and be consistent. And we welcome you at Cycle Gang Fitness Studios. We're located in College Park. We have built a beautiful, beautiful community of people that really, truly love being together and creating a beautiful community and lifestyle that is sustainable over a long period of time. And so we offer not just cycling, but we have grown to offer boot camps, circuit training, yoga, dance, fitness, step aerobics. And each class has that same level of energy, same level of engagement. We have some of the, not just saying this, we have some of the best instructors in the world. As you can see, Kate Mill represents one of those instructors. And we're here for you. And we are open as early as 5 a.m., as late as 7:30 p.m., Monday through Sunday. You can find us at Cycle Gang on Instagram and Facebook. You can also look at our website at www.thecyclegang.com. We hope to see you soon.
I was going to ask you about Biker's Butt, man. That is a serious thing to get over.
You said what? What'd you say?
Biker's Butt. You be on the bike and
it goes away. It goes away. You have to do it again. Like the only way to get over Biker's Butt is literally to do it again. You have to, you probably will experience it your first week, 2 weeks, but the more you do it, it goes away and you literally, you stop feeling the seed. Like you really do. But it literally takes consistency. You can't take like 2 months off and then go back. And then, because then you got to go through it all over again. So you got to make sure you keep doing it and then you get used to it.
That's right. That's right. That's what the number one, I think, one of the number one things that we hear about is that seat. And Kay, you're right. Don't go out buying no expensive shorts or pads or anything like that. The bottom is just saying you ain't been riding a bike.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And you tell your body, well, this is what I'm going to start doing. And over time, it's okay. All right, you're serious about this thing. Okay, well, I'll get used to it. But if you're doing it once and then let it go for 2 months, come back again, and you're going to experience that, whatever you called it, bike butt.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Hey, but Khalil, where you at in College Park? Where's that at?
Oh, man, we're right in the heart of College Park, right in the middle. I think walking distance to the airport, if you're familiar with Main Street or College Park train station.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We're literally 1 block down from College Park train station. Have a lot of Black-owned restaurants like Hugo and ATL and Virgil's around us. Just a whole, man, it's like a new Black Wall Street over here. So come check us out.
How long you been over there?
We've been in this area for 4 years.
Okay.
So we were on Virginia Avenue for 3 years, and we've been at this new location for just about a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, final words.
Oh man, this was a great show again. You guys are getting me hyped to start my journey right now. Maybe I need to go visit one of the cycle classes as well. I was going to just get a treadmill, wake up in the morning, jump on the treadmill with my dumbbells and just get it in every morning. But I always wanted to visit the cycle classes. It looks crazy, but it's so much fun. So, but definitely, Coach K, I wanted to reach out to you as well because my mom, she needs to exercise. She likes music and everything. And I really like your approach. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah. But we thank both of you all for joining us in this discussion. And I pray this inspires everybody because we'll talk how to eat to live, and then we'll talk fitness, and we try to marry both of them together. But the mindset and the approach in getting started, a lot of people don't like to take that first step. And I'm glad you both came on to give us all some inspiration and some knowledge and getting out there and starting a journey to heal ourselves and our minds and our bodies. Thank you.
My pleasure.
My final words. I really appreciate the two of you coming to the show. I learned a lot. I never really. I did the cycle class thing as what are they doing, and I didn't last long in it, But everything that you described, the energy, I hope you hear me good. The energy, the intensity in the workout was great. I don't think people getting started is the problem. I mean, it's always easy to go day one. Day one is the easiest thing to do. When you get your mind, I need to go do something about my issues. That's never the issue. It's day 20 that is the real problem. That consistency. Day 1, 2, and 3, you're gonna see them, but then after that, there's a fall off in attendance. And I experienced that on 3 different starts. I start, I stop. I start to get a little painful, I stop. And I've never really got over that mental hump as to how to stay with it. So to see that you not only stay with it, but you made it your life mission to help people is extraordinary. And I really hope that you could find a way to keep people that like me that will go to the first 3 or 4 days, that you reach out to them after that and keep them motivated about coming. There got to be some type of system because I'm telling you, so many people join but just as many people fall out, and then you just have the same old people. So it's got to be a type of a system or some type of a support group, something that you can start to keep people interested. But I thank you for what you are doing. One thing you are doing is staying here. So if you ever need me, you know where to find me. And so just keep doing what you're doing, and changing people's lives for the better. That's my final word. Maybe you have any other announcements to make?
No, sir.
Do y'all want to comment to that last statement? Are you good?
I would just say, just keep going. Okay, consistency is key. That's one of my mantras that I always tell everybody. Consistency is key, and so I'm glad that you said that about starting. And it's important to finish, but you got to just keep going. Make it a lifestyle. Life is going to happen. You're going to have ups. You're going to have downs. But no matter what, first love yourself.
Yeah.
Do that, and everything else will fall into place. Just make you the priority.
That's beautiful. And I'll also add to that is this is more mental than it is physical. And at the root of everything that we do is to make sure that you have a humongous why. And that's one of our things that we say here at CycleGain. Remember your why. The coaches repeat it, students repeat it, because that why factor, when times get tough, which it is going to get, when you don't feel like getting up, when you don't feel like, going at day 21, just remember your why. And that if you're physically tired, or maybe that why will help you get up out the bed and hit that alarm clock, turn it off and get up and get it done. Because discipline, the definition of it is not doing something that you like all the time. It's doing what you have to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. And so that's what I would say. My final words to that.
Not a problem.
Yes, sir.
Those of you that are not in the ranks of the FOI, join the FOI. Go to your local Mars and join the FOI and join the MGT. As the great brother Jackie like to say, in the famous words of Brother Khalil, another one.